Okay, so I'm gonna tell you how I make my characters. This can help you make your characters, whatever. Let's go now. So the first thing I do to make my characters is I talk to my DM. And you should probably too, because you're gonna be playing in your DM's world. So you might wanna have a kind of character that can like complement the world or be part of it more. And also like your DM will have better idea of what to do with your character story and how to place it in the narrative. So okay, you go to your DM and you're like, hey, what's your world about? And your DM is gonna be, well, this is my world. You know, like I want to kind of be part of your world. And he's gonna be, yeah, sure, whatever. You're so corny. And then you're gonna grab the world, you're gonna read it, and you're gonna be like, okay, so what class I wanna play now that I know about this world. And I start with the class first, because race, background, your story, it's all gonna, like, it's important, but the main mechanics you're gonna use to play the game is gonna come from your class. So, let's say you choose Barbarian, because why not, right? It's very simple, it's very easy to use, it's very fun, you know, and you can have a lot of interesting things with a Barbarian, subvert a lot of the expectations. Oh god, subverting expectations. So, you grab the Barbarian, you're like, okay, so, what race I wanna play? And I go with race second, because the race can have a fun play with the class, you know, like, and the race opens up a culture that your DM might have assigned to this race for this specific campaign, and you can be like, okay, so this race has this kind of culture based on their story, so I want to play that. And I was reading and I see, oh, gnomes live in small villages, they are very smart, and they are usually bookworms. That's their culture. The culture goes around having books because they're nerds. And I'm like, oh, that's neat, but I'm a barbarian. So what if I was a very small, very muscular gnome barbarian? And I was like, yes, that sounds fun. That sounds like fun. Being the only little dude in this village of little dudes that could break a log in half with his bare hands, Captain American style. So like, okay, we have our race and our class. That's most of the work. What background do I want? Well, was my village destroyed and I'm looking for revenge? No, that's too generic. Do you want to be like the scent of some god? No, I'm not a cleric or a paladin. I started thinking, how did my gnome become a barbarian? That's a good place to start. How did your character become their class? And I was thinking, well, this gnome lives in a village. And merchants, like traveling merchants, go through villages. That's their thing. They're traveling merchants. So you're like, maybe my character once met a traveling merchant that was kind of muscular, and he was like, oh, wow, that's cool. I want to be muscular like you. And he's like, here, have this book. And the book was the title of something like, your body is a temple, so why not chisel it out? And you're like, wow, that's so cool. And then your gnome just fucking started training. And now they are looking for the person that wrote this book to train them even more, because this book was written like 50 years ago or something, and gnomes live a very long time. So my character would be traveling through the world, right, looking for the 50-year-old author of this book, and maybe he arrives and it was a human and it died, because humans don't live as long as gnomes do. That could be very fun. That could be very interesting. That you have a very nice character. It could be fun. Could be very fun. And like, yeah, that's it. That's how I make my characters. It's just kind of go class first, then race, and then background, all based on what the DM created. And that's it, really. Have a nice day, guys. Bye bye. It's obvious what I want. We have plenty for my needs. Come on and face me, baby. Teach me how to feel. And if I'm a request, the promise of the nights. Let's do it in front of a bunch of nerdy guys. I want on a 20, come and give me plenty. Out to let a zero, come and be my hero. I don't wanna deal with 19 sides of your little plastic lies. I want on a 20, come and give me plenty. Out to let a zero, come and be my hero. I don't wanna deal with 19 sides of your little plastic lies. Acordate cuando me veas así, que estaría mejor con un 20 a mi favor. Si no fuera por la turbia verdad, tal vez yo tendría mejor